Hello, everyone. This is Joseph Lucier for our weekly Tongren session. For those of you that are here for the first time, this is a distance healing method. These types of technologies or these types of healing strategies have been around for thousands of years. This is a distance healing called Tongren therapy, developed by Tom Tam about 35 years ago. And each week, as a boost, as a mini session for anyone watching for free anywhere on this planet and possibly other planets watching at the same time, we offer a free Tongren session. So what we do is from my website, anusarwellness.com, you can actually put in your request. And then we actually focus on that using our mind, our intention, connecting to the collective unconscious, or as in Buddhism, it is the connection through the heart of compassion, of oneness, and we are able to send energy to open a blockage. So that's what we're going to do today. Good to see everybody here on the land of Instagramia and the land of Anusarya. And here we go. So we look at our requests and then we go one by one. So good to see you, Patricia and Angelic Lights as well. So our first request is insomnia and high blood pressure and high hemoglobin A1C. Okay, so let's work on blood flow to the brain. So I teach this, in fact, on October 21, anybody interested in learning Tongren, to do it for yourself. I try to transfer all the energy and knowledge that I know in one afternoon, so that with the tools and everything else, you can actually work on yourselves and the people that you love and your friends and family. So we follow the anatomy and physiology of the body. We initialize and do a sort of a kickstart from the brain. What we do is what we call the brain-wound connection. So I'd like to know how you're doing compared to last time and how you've been doing over the last few months. We have people that come every week, and we really appreciate your consistent support of this healing community. So we work on insomnia. So I work on two places, in Tong third eye. And Joyce Welby, welcome for joining with us. Let me know if you know about Tongren before, or this is the first time you've seen such a healing methodology. And we should have the information shortly for the October 27 and 28, kind of like Tesla-infused Tongren. And welcome, Tim. Command points of the brain and command points of the brain stem. And welcome, Alistair. Patricia Cook, we have you here. High blood pressure of the medulla. So we work on the medulla for three things: cardiac, respiratory, vasculatory center. Also for Catherine, medulla, leaky veins, and we'll do it some more too. And we work with Paul for Drew, Pam, Tim. A lot of people here tonight. Thank you for joining. So let's work some more on the medulla for leaky veins. I think the herbs that we discussed are helping, so that's great. Great news. And we also want to work for the eyes for Catherine. So blood flow to the eyes, carotid artery. For any UTI, the company UQORA is a winner for that. Prevention, long term. Use it with a 97-year-old for a while and stopped all the UTIs. So vertebral artery to spinal artery. So blood flow and nerve flow. T7 for blood flow. Lumbosacral plexus for the hip and knees. The osteoarthritis as well as T1. So for skin cancer, I would recommend black salve from a very reliable source. 2 feathers in Nevada. We'll work on it as well. So high blood pressure is also GV17 in the medulla for interesting newbie. And for high hemoglobin, we're going to start to tap for perfect blood and the bone marrow and the immune system for happy mama. So we want to work on the cranial sacral outflow, crystal palace to the brain stem to tailbone 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I see your request for asthma. This can reverse asthma, this device here. I did it myself. So the bones and bone marrow. T1 for the bones, for perfect blood, high hemoglobin A1C as well. T1 to T8 for the immune system. So a Native American healer, 2 feathers in Nevada for cancer and especially for skin cancer. Black salve tradition, very safe version of it, very effective. So we work on the pancreas as well for A1C. And happy mama sprained left ankle. So blood flow, nerve flow, T7. Blood flow, lumbosacral plexus, nerve flow, and out point, left ankle. Lots of energy to the ankle. What I would do as well, I would put a comfrey poultice around it or a clay poultice around it overnight. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. So additional for Esther, blood flow T7, sacrum 1 to 5, bladder, left arm pain, so brachial plexus, radial nerves, shoulder release point, GV 21. Okay, continue with the bones for the bone marrow and for all the hemoglobin, perfect blood requests. Liver 3 and kidney 1. And we did not forget the lymph. We'll work on the lymph for everyone. Make sure I don't skip anyone. So Joyce, great. Thank you for your joining us, Hashimoto's. So with things like Hashimoto's, always check your iodine levels. Always add sea vegetables into your diet. IBS, I recommend aloe vera. And osteoporosis, there are certain things, there are two companies that have a really good kind of combined kit, really smart. One is Growbone by the company Garden of Life. The other one is AllergyCal from Canada. They have a two supplements as well. And the company in Canada guarantees bone growing within 6 months. So take a look at those two. Blood flow to the brain. So we will work for Hashimoto's, IBS, osteoporosis, and the vocal cords. Clear speaking voice. Throat chakra. For the throat, definitely mantras like humming, believe it or not, will vibrate and generate energy in your throat and your throat chakra area. That kind of thing. That will start to also help to clear and add nitric oxide to your throat to clear that up as well. Blood flow to the brain. GB13 right side for Laura and a worry-free mind. GB13 right side, T1. I see a note for autism here. Look up the Pfeiffer Center, I think it's PFEIFFER. They've been dealing with autism successfully for decades. And continue for Laura, happy heart. The heart chakra, CV17. Vagus nerve for a calm, peaceful mind for Laura. Continue with blood flow to the brain for Hashimoto's, pituitary hypothalamus, C6, C7, thyroid, and parathyroid. C6, C7, T1, osteoporosis, bones and bone marrow. So check out those two kits. And IBS. Aloe vera, really good for IBS. The best brand that I know is Aloe Answers. And if you use a discount code, you can get 15% off Aloe. It's Anusara1. So I have that code that I just give for others to get a discount. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. But let's work some more on the vocal cords, the ouch point of the throat, the throat chakra area, clear speaking, C3, 4, and 5. Positive thoughts for a good session. Liam for autism. Let's work on the Broca and Wernicke areas. And the detox areas. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. But IBS, we want to work on the stomach for Joyce, T9 left side, and then the microbiome for the IBS, T11, T12, L4, and L5. Bones and bone marrow, bone density, T1, GB 39. For anybody that is interested in detoxing, the best I've learned in all of my practice, and it's ancient and modern technique, is earth and clay. So we have in November 4th, starting a 2-week earth and clay detox program. Supervised, guided, I meet on Zoom. It's also got an associated course as well. So that would be the best recommendation for detoxification I can give you, in addition to T1 for the bone marrow, T4 for the skin for detox, T9 for the liver, L2 for the kidneys. And for stress, GB13, right side, Joyce. Liver 3 and kidney 1. Covering everyone here. and more for autism and detox. And we will work for Jason for bipolar. And recommended from Tim, blood flow to the brain. Blood flow to the brain, brain command points for Jason. Believe it or not, a lot of the issues for brain issues are in the gut. So lots of fermented foods like sauerkraut 3 times a day, kefir or kvass, kimchi. And points to the brain stem. Or the brain stem for Jason as well. And GB13. And good luck to Liam. T1 to T8 for the cold symptoms, for the immune system, for everyone. And we work for the eyes, for Catherine and Alistair. Blood flow to the eyes, the carotid artery. C3 for the eyes. T1 for the bones and the dental, but C3, 4, 5, bones and gums. The ouch point for the eyes. The ouch point for the mouth area. And hello for Drew and Paul O'Neill. Blood flow to the brain. Lung command points for the pneumonia. Sore left neck. Shoulder release point, TV21. And for Drew, sore left neck. Yep, shoulder release and the whole sternocleidomastoid, trapezius for Drew. Grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. Joyce, you'll be singing tonight. Great. And continue to work with Drew for the pneumonia, CV17, lung 1, lung 2. And next we have the Elder Georgia Tribe. Blood flow to the brain. Blood flow to the brain, brain command points, brain stem command points. GB17 for vertigo. Let's start now with that for you. Vertigo, and for Helen, hypertension. Hip for Helen, and then Linda. Blood flow, nerve flow, T1 to T8. Inflammation, arthritic knee and hip pain. Cindy, arthritic joints, shoulder, knee pain. Open up the whole shoulder area. Blood flow, nerve flow for Linda, the knees, arthritic knee and hip. T7, lumbosacral plexus, the hip. Bladder 54 for the knees, and the ouch point for the knees, including stomach 36. Hypertension and sleep apnea. Sleep apnea, I suggest sleep tape, so you'll be forced to breathe through your nose, and you will not have those basically non-breathing events. Yeah. Let me know if you want to know more about those. Hypertension and sleep apnea, so C3, 4, and 5. It's also good for hypertension, 2B17. And anti-inflammation, T1 to T8. Inner ear, middle ear, granulomas. I don't think anybody here has inner ear granulas. So those are crystals. GB789 on both sides, I'm presuming. T1 to T8. Let's do small vertigo and pancreas for Tim, GB17. brain command points, T1 to T8, arthritic hands, arthritic knee pain, memory loss, GB13, right side, left side, and continue down, hip to hip, lumbosacral plexus, hip, shoulder, knee pain, Bruce, essential hand tremors. I wish the herbs were helping you more. And grounding, liver 3 and kidney 1. So, complications from fractured feet, sleep apnea again. Sleep tape would be your best option, and resistance breathing, a great technique. Bruce, essential hand tremors. We work on the substantia nigra part of the brain, the area where the dopamine arrives. Anti-inflammation T1 to T8. In order for hand tremors, things like that to be resolved, step 1, the microbiome. A great company for probiotics. If you're not taking fermented foods, my first recommendation is Ohira. I think it's OAHHIRA, 3 and 5 year fermented probiotics. Lumbosacral plexus for the hands as well. Vitamin B12 is critical. Should be a sublingual, ideally with 3 cobalamins. Also good for interesting timing, good for fatigue and memory loss. GB13, right side and left side both. Memory loss for Steve. Free blood supplies for the brain to help with memory improvement. Common carotid artery, vertebral artery, spinal artery. Chronic fatigue, GV20. Concussion, blood flow, 3 blood flows to the brain. Carotid artery, vertebral artery, and occipital artery, as we say. Activate the entire spine. Atherosclerosis, T1 to T8, NGV17. Chronic fatigue, let's work on the mitochondria. Pituitary, hypothalamus. Tim for concussion, GB13 right side. PTSD, GB13 left side and right side both. And let's go down, blood flow, nerve flow. But let's go to the out point for Steve, torn meniscus, so stomach 36, 3 miles more. T1 to T8, anti-inflammation, arthritic joints and hypothyroid, C6, C7, T1 to T8. And hip to hip for Brian. And vagus nerve down the torso. Arthritic joints, hypothyroid especially. And hips, anxiety and depression. Lumbosacral plexus for the hips, anxiety, GB13, right side. And Tim, you're coming up next. We're going to work on you once more, 2 more times. And Dorothy, we didn't miss you either. Grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. C6, C7, superior inferior thyroid arteries. Anxiety, T1 and T8. Hip, if we've found, we must ground at the end. And always C6, C7, thyroid, hypothyroid, all of those, all good stuff. Okay. Tim, nice and warm now. Good. Just breathe into it, kid. So let's really focus again on the vertigo on the medulla. Imagine the medulla emptying all that stress. Like you say, you want to find the valve and lower that pressure for the vertigo. And we will also work for Deb. Blood flow to the brain. Brain command points, brain stem command points. GB13 for brain bleed, TBI, traumatic brain injury, and loose teeth. So I did find the remedy for the teeth, receding gums. I ordered it. What is the name of it? I don't know. When I get it, I will show you. Have it by next week. A solution for receding gums, herbal-based. Guaranteed to be good. Get that going for everybody. Loose teeth, C3, 4, and 5. T1 for the bones, bone marrow, bone strength. For head confusion and memory loss. Blood flow, nerve flow. TB17. For the medulla. Pituitary hypothalamus for the medulla. And for the vertigo. So macular degeneration, both eyes, blood flow to the eyes. Facial artery. So head confusion, memory loss from loss of concussions. So 3 blood flows, including for Augustina, carotid artery, vertebral artery, and occipital artery. C3 for hearing loss. C3 for hearing, the ears and the eyes for Kim. Let's work directly on the eyes. Lots of concussions, the blood flows, Kim, and the eyes, T3, GB17 for the blood flow and the circulation, CRV point. Let me know how that goes. They're going to determine if they could do more surgery to help with the eye. Kelly, chemo postponed until they can get her iron and blood platelets up. Sometimes iron is not an iron problem. In many ways, it is a copper problem because you don't get any iron if you don't have enough copper. So you need to check your copper levels. But in the meantime, I would recommend to take copper from globalhealing.com. They have a copper supplement, the best one I've seen. There's an entire book written about iron. Copper, rather. T1 to T8, anti-inflammation. T9 for the pancreas, right side. For Tim. Kelly for chemo, T1 to T8. T1 for the bones, and there's a thing called the ITP kit, which will build your bone marrow production capabilities. Email me and I can send you a link. T1 for the bones, GB39 for the bones. So Drain, you had the bladder cancer surgery, still all functional down there. Just removed the tumor, I hope. So blood flow, nerve flow, T7. Sacrum 1 to 5 for Dwayne, and we will do an overall anti-cancer. Protocol. More oxygen, more carbon dioxide, less inflammation, less cancer, less viruses. Make sure we didn't miss you, Dorothy. Macular degeneration. So blood flow to the eyes, pouch point to the eyes. Cataracts. There's a book called The Cataract Cure, which talks about taking NAC for your eyes to eliminate cataracts. And grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. Let me know about your appointment for the bladder and appointment for the eye for you guys with Deb. And Tongren, internal infection, left side of chest. And Bonnie's metastatic liver, and Tim for asthma, GB17, and this will reverse asthma. This is a resistance breathing technique which can reverse asthma, increase lung capacity, increase oxygen capacity, lower inflammation, and even possibly reverse cancer or viral infections. Blood flow to the brain. So for anyone here with cancer, I recommend the SEAC tea. Brain command points, brain stem command points. Blood flow, nerve flow to the spine. Left side of chest, T1 to T8 for Tongren. Let's access the lungs directly. Lung 1, lung 2. CV17 for asthma. Bone metastases. There is Dr. Rath, who has a very specific anti-metastatic protocol with micronutrients. He has a book called The Victory Over Cancer, using that method. It's very short, very effective. I highly recommend it, as well as clay baths. And welcome Momashari on Instagram. And down L1, 2, and 3 for Tommy, still for the prostate area. Still want to keep the whole area healthy. And Christie's beat breast cancer, T4. So DIM supplement for breast cancer, SEAC T for breast cancer, GB13 right side for fear and anxiety. Hello, gentle human. More for the asthma. The laser on CV17 is an excellent option. GB13 for TBI. carotid artery, vertebral artery, and occipital artery. For Heather. Liver 3 and kidney 1. Pip and the cat, long time no hear. Great. Blood flow to the brain. Brain command points and work on healthy kidney, stones, and infection. There's an herbal supplement called Stone Breaker, I think it is. Yeah, it works. Blood flow to the brain, electrical shocks. So C1 to C7 for the bioelectricity to the head, exactly from the neck. Vertebral artery C1 to C7 and brachial plexus. Floating in the belly, definitely recommend. Fermented foods 3 times a day, once, twice, or thrice a day. T4 for the skin cancer as well for Kristen. But look up 2 feathers for black salve. Great companion, dental companion, mobility is getting better. So let's work on GB17 for mobility. Left mid-shaft humerus bone, lumbosacral plexus, T1 for the bone marrow, and the ouch point of left shaft humerus, and I would definitely do clay poultices or comfrey poultices. And let's trace the radial nerve down to the fingers. And the microbiome for absorption, T11, T12, L4, L5. Ouch point for the left mid-shaft humerus bone, CV4 for digestion and absorption. So let's work on the autoimmune. For UTIs, UQORA. That works. G for autoimmune, T1 to T8. Both elbows, lumbosacral plexus. For the elbows and the ouch point. I'm sorry, brachial plexus for the elbows. Try the sleep tape for practicing breathing through the nose throughout the day. Off and on, that's a good practice. Lumbosacral plexus for the ankles and the toes. High cholesterol, liver, gallbladder area. Stress-free mind, GB13, right side. Confident newbie, C1 to C7. Right shoulder, I'm going to take you up on that one, SI 14 and 15. Shoulder release, GB 21. Gallbladder 21. Sleep apnea, I would definitely recommend sleep tape, but let's work on C3, 4, and 5. In tongue, third eye for eating with your emotions. Balance connecting to your true self. and grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1, and eating for emotions a little more. GV13, right side. Grounding to liver 3 and kidney 1. And Ferris, good to see you. Blood flow to the brain. Sylvie, welcome. Command points of the brain. Let's work on the optic nerve, GB789. Constipation, lots of fermented foods from your part of the world. Lumbosacral plexus and the microbiome, T11, T12, L4, L5, and the lumbosacral plexus for constipation. And the eyes directly for the optic nerves. And the glaucoma, GV17. GV17 also for you, high blood pressure. Breathing heavily. I would definitely do some resistance breathing. These breathing training devices. Buteyko method. The question is, can you find Two Feathers online? Yes. Two Feathers, a Native American. A brilliant remedy from Nevada. I forget if the website is TWO Feathers or Two Feathers. I think it's twofeathers.com. That's his name. So that's what I recommend. Found him. Yep, he's the one. He's the one. I've used his stuff even with my mother to get rid of skin cancer. Sleep tape is a technique you use for covering your mouth so that it forces you to breathe through the nose when you're asleep, and therefore it can resolve sleep apnea because you won't be starving for breathing. And remember, we get 20% more oxygen through the nose as opposed to the mouth. We're supposed to eat with the mouth, breathe with the nose. That's the way it works. So I also have a breathing training course for people if they like as well. The tremors improve while getting Tongren. I also heard tremors improve. There was somebody who plays the harp. As long as they're playing the harp, their shakes would stop. There's another idea. But also listen to frequencies from YouTube about frequencies for reducing tremors that you can play during your sleep. For asthma is the device. Resistance breathing, which is what I did for getting rid of asthma. I actually have a training course for the process because it's so successful. I got asthma, formally diagnosed, used resistance breathing, formally eliminated my asthma. Proved it too with testing. B12 with lemons, not sure what that is. So here we go, finishing up. So I highly recommend November 4 to 17 detoxing with clay. We send you the items. They're from a volcanic area in Oregon. 2 weeks, you're guided through the process. But we will work on a detox process for you. B12 for tremors, for sure. Yep. Because that will help to preserve the degradation of your nerves. B12, alpha lipoic acid, those two things for nerve health. So chemical detox. So somebody else mentioned B12 and lemons. Not sure about B12 and lemons, what the lemons do for the B12. Don't know about that. So ADH, TV 19, 20, 21, 22. T2, T3 for lungs, and C3, 4, and 5 for the sinus, and T1 to T8 for infections. On my website above, if you ever have any additional questions, sign up for a 15-minute discovery call to set an appointment, and we'll talk on Zoom, and then I'll give you more information. Happy to do that. Jet lag. In tongue, third eye, pineal gland area. And for bladder area, sacrum 1 to 5 for Dwayne. T1 to T8 for sinus infections, C3, C4, T1 to T8, and for mold and chemical exposures, T9 liver detoxing. And Catherine, glad you enjoyed it. So don't forget on the 27th and 28th, the Tesla Tongren Infusion, Quantum, there it is, Tesla Infusion Quantum Tongren, 27th, 3 o'clock. Be there for sure. Eastern time. So on Friday night, 6 o'clock, Thursday night, 6 o'clock, the next day, same place, same bat time, same bat channel, 3 o'clock, Tesla Infusion, and I'd appreciate as many people can compare Thursday to Friday in general to see how, because it may be a way to amplify the Tongren effectiveness as well. The T for cancer is ESIAC, the special one on my website, which is the 8 formula, which is the best one to get. We'll check out Stone Breaker. Yes, never had kidney stones before. So everything is pretty calm at the moment. So lots of water. And yes, Eucora, you got to find that one. And thank you from the Georgia tribe. It's 2 feathers, TWOFEATHERS. Go for it. It's for all cancers, but especially skin cancers. I've used it. I've spoken with the guy myself. I'm going to be speaking to him this week as well. And we'll finish up. One more round for everyone. Command points of the brain. Command points of the brain stem. Blood flow and nerve flow to the spine. For Joanna, how to join the Tesla group. If you're on my newsletter, we will send you all the details. Let me know if you're on our newsletter or not. If not, put in your email address here. We will send the location and details. But if anything, you can go to these same locations, 3 o'clock on Friday, full moon time, October 27, and the next day at 11 a.m. Eastern time for a similar Tongren quantum infusion with distance craniopsychotherapy with a friend of mine from Canada. So we're going to have a Canadian one day, American another day, 2 different healing methodologies, 2 different Tesla technologies. It's going to be, we're going to rock the world. Hopefully the world will still be spinning at the same speed after we're done. And we'll also be sending out energy for world peace. We really need it. So we'll do some Qigong for everyone. Eastern time, yes. All free, same as this. I only ask for plenty of feedback comparing this to another. If anything, you're just going to get another Tongren session, but from a very good space when I am actually infused with Tesla coherent scalar energy and then doing the tapping. I have a feeling it's going to be pretty cool. Okay, everyone. Thank you for being part of our community. My guess is we had about 100 conditions we worked on today. Thanks for joining. Yep. You have to put in your full email address. It just says @gmail.com. But go to my website, anusarwellness.com, and then sign up for the newsletters. That would probably be the easiest. If you go there, after a few moments, a pop-up will show, and then you put in your email address, and you can get our newsletter and then get all this free stuff. Next year, we're going to have a big rollout of an international Anusara virtual wellness center with a team of practitioners, team of libraries, a group of lots of libraries, sessions, interviews. It's all going to be put together so we can communicate and support and reinforce the strength of our community, including all of you guys. Thanks very much and have a great day.